Let me just switch my camera.
Let's go. I love this.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
This is the butterfly. I am so glad you guys came to join me. I have a special guest today. Her name is Zoe. She is a
Hello.
natal chart reader. Okay, she is going to tell us what the stars say. And don't we love the stars, star seeds? Let's get into it. We're going to have this beautiful young lady introduce herself, and then we'll take it from there.
Hello. Sorry, I'm a little bit tense, obviously.
That's
but
okay. Relax. Okay. We won't bite.
my name is Zoe, and I love astrology. I started getting into astrology ever since I've been in high school.
Mhm.
I'm currently in college, and I want to add to your personality as a person, which is really interesting because it's a lot. If you guys have any questions, though, I'm here to answer it, and I want to explain like what everything has to do with your personality and things like that.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So you're in college now, you say, and what exactly are you going to college for?
I'm actually going to college for English literature because I also love writing, and I also
Mhm.
want to improve my writing skills. Hopefully, in the future, I'll be able to put my writing skills to use along with astrology too at the same time.
Oh, yes. Yes, you do have to be sort of a writer sometime when you work with astrology because, just like explaining to people about their journey, and the emotions
Mhm.
attached to their sign, letting them understand themselves is perfect. So I'm so glad you're on because, I was hoping that maybe you can do my natal chart.
I would. I would love to do that.
Okay. So my birthday is October
Mhm.
27th,
Okay.
1973. My life path number is 3. And
Mhm.
I'd love to know what the stars say about me. And while you're talking, I'm just gonna
Mhm.
show the comments. I'm just gonna go through the comments, you
Okay.
know. So just like relax, take your time, flow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're an easygoing crowd over here.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, darling.
So I'm gonna start off with the basics, if that's okay.
Absolutely. Start wherever you feel comfortable. This is your flow.
Thank you.
You are very
So,
welcome.
so we have like different. So ever since we were born, we were told that the sun sign represents us, and that's about it. However, so me personally, I'm a Leo sun, and a lot of people tell me things like I don't act like a Leo, or I feel like me personally, I don't feel like I am a Leo either, because Leos are known to be like outspoken or leader like. And me
Mhm.
personally, I get really nervous easily. So I feel like it's different. So ever since I was younger, I used to be like, well, it's not a true thing because look at me, I'm not attached to Leo specifically. However, as I gotten older, I found out about natal charts in high school, and then I was like, what's a natal chart? So then I ended up finding out my birthday, what time I was born, what location. Those are the three things you need when you're trying to find out your natal chart.
Mm-hmm.
So time is not needed. It is needed. It's way better if you have the time you were born, only because you find out your rising sign as well. And the rising sign represents how people first see you. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what the rising sign means. And the rising sign changes every 2 hours. So that's why it's better if you have it.
Yes.
So when I found out that I was a Taurus moon, and yeah, Tauruses are not like Leos when it comes to leadership and stuff. And when I found that out, I'm like, that makes so much sense as to why
Yes.
I'm the way that
My
I am.
husband's a Taurus. They don't want to lead. They don't want to.
Exactly. So, yeah, I feel like a lot of things in your natal chart have to do with you as a person. So,
Mhm.
I'm gonna start with that. Do you have any astrology that they're interested in?
I'm sorry.
Do you have any questions, or does the audience have any questions so far?
No, I'm just loving it. I mean, I don't have my that's the thing I was wondering about, which you did answer the question. I was wondering about, like, would you, how accurate or how it would affect the accuracy if you didn't have like the exact time. You know what I'm saying? And understanding that, the sky is ever changing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That does make sense that it would be more accurate if you knew your time. However, I'm willing to go forward without knowing my time.
Yeah, that's I I've had a I had a client actually that didn't know their time, and the
Mhm,
chart was actually pretty they said it was pretty accurate still. Like they said if they had to think about it, it was like 90% accurate.
mhm.
But again, it depends on what happens that day. Because like
Right,
sometimes there'll be a day where nothing changes, but then the next day everything could change. So it depends on what's going on that day. But hopefully we'll get it as perfect as possible
right,
as we
right.
can. So here are the basics that we'll start off with. So the
Mhm,
sun sign represents your creativity and your identity.
mhm,
The moon represents your inner emotions and how you deal with those emotions. So like how you go through situations. We
mhm,
also have the rising sign, and as I said before, the rising represents your how the world perceives you, like when people first meet you and see you. We also have Mercury. Mercury represents how you communicate with others and talk. We have Venus. Venus represents your love sign and how you love people or things around you in your life. We have
mhm,
Mars. Mars represents your drive and your aggression. So Mars represents like what drives you, what makes you want to do the things that you do. And it also
mhm,
represents like your anger, so how you go through your anger. Then we
mhm,
have what else? We have Jupiter, Neptune, and the smaller signs. So let me start off by saying this. The sun, moon, rising, Mercury, Mars, and Venus are your big six. So the big six are basically the bigger things that define you. The
mhm.
smaller planets like Jupiter, Pluto, Neptune, and Saturn, those are things that do represent you, but not as much as like the big six.
Okay.
So that's about it.
Okay,
And
so
then,
like about the houses,
mhm,
how would I find out what house that I represent?
we find out by looking at your chart as well. So, like I said, I would need the information for your birthday
Mhm.
and stuff, and then I put it. I have a website that helps me because I'm still not the best at astrology yet.
I mean,
Which
that's okay. That's okay. We
when I
all have
say
things
that,
that assist us.
but when I say that, I mean like I need to see like the charts itself. I can't look at the day and then look at the stars that day and do it. Like I have like a website that helps me with that. But then after that, I look into like everything else. Like I know about the signs and everything else.
Oh, I love it. I love that. I really
So
love that.
I'll do that. do the information. Hello?
Your yeah, say that again. I'm
You
sorry. Your screen kind of froze a little bit.
No, it's okay. You were born October 27th, what year?
1973.
Okay. And then you don't have the time, which is okay. And then you were born,
New
where were you?
Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay. No, I'm trying to see if I could do something where I could see you. Try and see if I could see you and look at your chart at the same time. Hold on, I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. That's okay. Because even if you can't, we're still here. We're not going anywhere.
Thank you.
Tyler says your readings are awesome. Look at
Thank you,
that. The
Tyler.
universe is giving you confirmation. Have confidence.
Thank you.
You're very
Thank
welcome.
you. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm having
It's
issues over here
okay.
right now.
That's okay.
Yeah.
While she's looking that up, guys, it's as she says, we only know about our sun signs, and that is the honest truth because I've heard a couple of times that I don't act like a Scorpio, whatever that means, and I've always felt like the quintessential Scorpio. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I invented that, so I don't know. But then other times when I think of I hear about the behavior of my counterparts, that's in my section. I don't want a jacket. I don't want to say that I am anything close to it, but in owning it, I tried to find my individuality because I too love astrology, but I was only familiar with the sun signs. And then I noticed another layer of that. I would say to myself, I would, oh my God, they're this sign. Me and them don't get along. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I would
Right.
automatically judge them just based on their sun sign. And something said to me, like, there's something more, there's something more. Not only is it nature and nurture, there's just like something more. There's another influence that I'm not seeing, you know what I'm saying? And this all makes sense. It really makes sense. I mean,
Mm,
I'll tell you this. A lady, one time I went to an interview, and I'm out in the waiting room, and then my name gets called, right? So I go into the to sit down with the lady, and I can sense she's visibly upset, and I'm like, mind you, I'm here for an interview. I'm trying to be about my business. But I just got this strong feeling that her her emotions were just like jumping out. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I'm like, okay, look, ma'am, are you okay? So she's like, oh, well, I see that you're a Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? And then, now, mind you, let me just say this before I can continue. I don't know what people see when they look at me, which is I'm so very interested to know. Because they just start confessing. They begin to just like tell me everything that I've never asked. I don't even know these people. And she was like, I'm sorry, but I have a sister-in-law, and she's Scorpio, and she's just so mean to me, and she's
Oh
this
my
and she's that, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, miss. I'm like apologizing for something I didn't even do. So I understand how, just
God.
when people don't have a full understanding of astrology, and they just like basically get that, okay, sun sign this, sun sign that, and try to just go from there, is so much of the picture missing that, like, you will cheat yourself of
Right.
valuable relationships if you go by that method, because you don't know you can't see the full picture when you just go by the sun sign.
That is so true. It's so like you said, I've been through the same experience actually. Like I've had people be like, "When's your birthday?" and I'll say it. And they're like, "You're a Leo?" And it's like they want to start staying away from me. And I'm like, "No, no, no, wait." I'm just like, I'm so, and then they'll tell me everything they went through with a Leo, and I'm like, I do the same thing too. I'm like, I'm so sorry you went through that. I'm like you feel so bad, and it's like,
Yes,
but again,
yes.
like it depends on everything. Like I also have Mercury, like I said, represents your communication, and I'm a
Mhm,
Cancer Mercury in
mhm.
retrograde. So I'm really shy when I communicate. I'm very like like I want to hide most of the time. So so when it comes to stuff like that, I feel so bad easily.
Yes, yes. I'm like, oh my God, like it was almost as if I did it. But you know what? That is karmic debt we cannot carry. We cannot carry.
Right.
We have to just like, this is why programs like this is so important, and information like this is so important.
Mhm.
Even though people may say, "Oh, that doesn't mean anything. None of that's true. Ah, I don't act like that. This, that, and the
Right.
other." That's because of this element that is missing. And
Mhm.
once they understand that, it's like a whole world opens up. Because I would love, yeah, I need to know my moon sign.
What year was it again? I'm so sorry. The website
That's
is
okay. That's
acting up
okay.
on me.
1973.
Okay,
The
let's see.
universe has brought me to a place where I am confident and at peace with my age, because my husband is very beautiful and so am I. So I'm like,
Oh,
listen here. At first, it was a struggle. If I want to be completely honest, which I do want to be completely honest, because I want people to be completely honest with me. You know,
right.
and it was an issue, because like he looks younger. He looks a lot. He is younger, but he looks a lot younger than me. So
Mhm.
like I see chicks checking him out, and they're like, sometimes they'll get bold enough to say, "Well, listen, is this your mom?" Yes, yes,
Oh my God, I can't.
yes.
No, I'm
You know
sorry
what
that.
I'm saying? And if I wasn't so secure in the
Mm,
fact that he loves me and only has eyes for me, which was not always the case with my relationships. So, like, the universe has really brought me to a place where I am secure. I'm
I'm
secure. I'm
glad.
confident. I'm coming into my soul family, which you see in the chat. You know.
Oh,
So this is all very important. This is all very important work that we're doing, because you're also a light worker. You bring truth to the world through
thank you,
selves. You're very welcome, honey. Very
thank you.
welcome.
And I love how secure you are, and like you said, it takes time, it takes growth to like go through that.
Yes, yes, it does. It does. And another thing that sometimes that you can't give yourself, is that
Hmm.
support system, which we have a spiritual support system, and then we have, a support system that we can actually touch in the
Right,
physical, which is so important to just like energizing that spirit, just like allowing you to be able to hear your spirit team, because you're so secure, with your physical team, that the universe has guided me to. And it's a beautiful thing, and we're hoping that, listen, we have a new channel coming up,
that's
so we
awesome.
do have an area for your lane. We have an
Thank
area for
you,
your lane, and you can drive as slow or as fast as you want.
thank you. Also, I finally got your chart, which I'm
Look
actually
at the
really
universe.
excited because I'm looking at it, and you have Scorpio in you. And I'm cool with that
Right.
because I love Scorpios personally.
Right.
Like it's so funny. It's funny because people are like, "Oh, Leos and Scorpios hate each other," but I actually love Scorpios. If I have to be
Right.
honest with
Right.
you, I
Yes,
love
I have
them.
a great relationship with a Leo. It's just that he just wasn't at the stage where he was ready to settle down. You know what I'm saying? He was not in that
Yeah.
stage. You know what I'm saying? He still
Mhm.
needed to like because really Leo, the lion, you guys are like kind of exploratory loners, but still like the boss. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the boss, but
Mhm.
I'm really not. I'm not the kind of boss that's gonna hold your hand and tell you what you need to do. You know what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like you're the
Mhm.
manager here. I'm gonna be over here deciding what I want to do next. You know what I'm saying? And I just need the
Mhm.
freedom to do that. And I just felt like he wasn't ready for that.
It also
Which was
depends on
okay.
like it also depend yeah, like you said, it's okay. You're learning about yourself and there's a lot of things that could contribute to that. Like your Venus sign, like I said, Venus represents like your love, so it depends on like how you show your love and stuff. And like you said, people grow, it takes time. You know what happens sometimes. And
Yes.
it's nice that you came to terms with that. Like you understand that people grow and stuff. So, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yes. Thank you.
Of
Yes.
course. Your sun sign is in Scorpio, as we know, and that's
Yes.
your like identity and stuff, your creativity. So, since your sun sign is in Scorpio and it's in a water signs
Mhm.
tend to be very creative and they come
Mhm.
up with a lot of creative things. They have a lot of creative projects and stuff, and they know how to express themselves when it comes to that and show it to the world.
Mhm.
So, since your water sign, that's what it represents. You have
Right.
your moon in Scorpio as well, and which is interesting to me. So Scorpio moons are known to be like emotional because water signs are emotional. They go through it, but Scorpio moons also know how to like pull themselves and how to like work out of it. Like at first they'll be upset and stuff, but they know how to get through it. They're also very strong. Because like when
Mhm.
I see water signs, people just think crying right away and that's it. But I
Yes.
personally believe that water signs are also strong themselves, you know? They just express their feelings more, you know, if that makes
Yes.
sense. They just express their feelings more. And that's okay. I feel like there's nothing wrong with that, you know? Of
Yes. Yes.
course. So
Absolutely.
Scorpio moons are known to be emotional, but they know how to pull themselves. Your Mercury is also in Scorpio, and your that's why I say I see a lot of Scorpio here, but I'm cool with it. And that means, as we said, Mercury represents like how you communicate with others and how you talk. So, as I said before, very, very loving. They know how to show their emotions. They
Mhm.
sometimes to other people. So, like we said before, Scorpios are like a win lose situation, sadly. Like, some people see Scorpios as like, oh my God, yeah. And then some
Yeah.
people see Scorpios as like, oh, I'm afraid. So when
Yes.
it comes to you communicating, sometimes people are gonna be like, "Oh, loving and everything, so beautiful," but there are gonna be a few people that's like, "Oh, I feel intimidated." Not that it has anything to do with you per se. It's just the
Mhm.
energy that Scorpio gives off in general. So it has nothing to
Okay.
do with you, though. I don't want you to feel hurt. But
Yes.
um, I wish I have your rising because I want to know more about like how the world perceives you. But it's
Yes.
okay. Your Venus is in Sagittarius, which is the way you love things around you or people. Um, so I feel like this isn't true based on what I see with you. But again, there's
Mhm.
other placements in you that goes against that. So
Mhm.
let me see how to explain it. For example, let me see. Okay, my let me see. I know somebody personally whose
Mhm.
Mars sign is in Sagittarius, but
Mhm.
their Venus is in a fixed sign like Taurus. And those two things go with relationships. So their Mars sign is more like, oh, I don't want to be committed or whatever. I don't want to do this, right? But their
Mhm.
Venus is more like, no, I want to stay with this person. I'm fixated on them. So I'm
Mhm.
only telling you this because I'm looking at your Venus and Mars, and it's exactly like that. So I don't want you to think I'm saying you're like this. Because
Yes.
so I'm looking at your Venus, and it's in Sagittarius, and
Mhm.
Sagittarius. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Okay, so your Venus is in Sagittarius, and they're known to be they love the people around them and the things around them. They're very philosophical. So any Sagittarius placement in general, they like to look at the bigger picture. They like to think about life a lot, and they like to learn new things. So like you, for example, here you have your YouTube channel. You like to talk to your audience, which is beautiful, and you like to teach new things to people, and you like to learn new things. Oh, I'm sorry, I need a moment.
It's
Um,
okay.
oh, okay. Hello, I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
Um,
Yes.
so that's your Sagittarius and Venus, but they're also known to not be committed to relationships. But again, like I said, your Mars sign goes against that. So I feel
Right.
like your Mars sign is a bigger placement than your Venus when it comes to love. So I'm looking
Mhm.
at your Mars and it's in a fixed sign, it's in Taurus. And Taurus,
I
that's
have
why.
to.
So I feel like when it comes to being philosophical, your Sagittarius Venus shows that. But when it
Mhm.
comes to But when it comes to your Mars sign is like, no, I'm fixated on this person. That's it. So your
Yeah.
Mars is in. So your Mars sign is in Taurus, which represents like your drive and your will. So
Mhm.
Taurus are known to be wanting to work, and they're very hard workers. All Earth signs in general are like very hard workers. They strive for what they have to do, which is what your Taurus is in. Like I said, your Mars goes against your Venus, so when it comes to love in general, you're like, okay, I'm fixated on this person and I'll work with it. Like I could do this. I love them. So also I didn't point this out earlier. I
Mhm.
honestly love the combination of Scorpio and Sagittarius that you have in you
Mhm.
because Sagittarius like to look at the bigger picture, as I said before, but a
Mhm.
Scorpio likes to look at details. So when it comes
Yes.
to things, you like to learn about little details and then you like to look at the bigger picture, which is why I like Scorpio and Sagittarius in the same chart together because they show you two different things that would be great to know.
Mhm.
We
Oh, I'm
also
sorry.
have, yeah, it's okay. Do we have any questions in the chat or anything? I don't want to cut off anyone. I'm sorry.
No, that's they're saying their signs and stuff like that. But listen, we're gonna have you back on. This is not the last that you this may be the first that you see of our beautiful Zoe.
Thank you.
But this will not be the last. Okay, so y'all will get your turn. Listen, I'm getting my turn now.
Oh my so sorry.
I will share, but I'm playing with her first. I'm playing with her first. See, me and family, we gotta share.
Oh my god. Sorry, I just need some water.
Yes, take your time, honey. They in there walking around about who the best side. We'll see when y'all get your chart ready.
You also have okay, so now we're going into like the smaller placements.
Mhm.
Wait, oh my god, wait. I was hoping to see your midheaven. So another interesting fact that I didn't bring up. There's something called midheavens, and
Yes.
midheavens represent like how you work with situations and problems, so how you try to solve problems. So for example, mine is in Libra, and as you can tell, Libras are very back and forth. So since I have a Libra midheaven, when I'm put in a situation, I see
Right.
one person's side and I'm like, oh, I get how you feel. And then I see the other person's side, I'm like, oh my God, I get how you feel as well. So when people are like, make a decision, I'm like, I can't. I'm like, I can't do it. So,
Yes.
so I wish I have your midheaven, but again, that's also with time, sadly. But
Mhm.
yeah. That's another interesting thing. You also know how you deal with situations. Um,
Yes.
so now going
Right
to
is,
small.
but me, right is
Mhm.
right and wrong is wrong.
Right.
Like I mean, even though I love you, like I love you, I'm I'm always on your side. But guess what?
Mhm.
You're wrong. Okay. You
My
asked
guess.
me at first. I used to
Mhm.
give advice without asking because with all of this knowledge that I find out, you want to share the stuff. You want to tell people. You know what I'm saying? But the funny thing that you find out is that they're not interested in what you found out. You know what I'm saying? So I used to say, oh my gosh, I just have all of this. I'm just like a wealth of knowledge for no reason. It's like if somebody say beans, I'd be like, beans? Did you know that beans was so, like, you know what I'm saying? Just ridiculousness. Like, and I had to cut it out. I had to be like, wait until they ask you. Because when they ask you, you can be completely honest and say, you're wrong.
I think if I had to guess based on you just saying you're wrong, I would think your midheaven is either, if I had to guess, it would either be Scorpio. There's a few signs. I think it would be like a fixed sign. So I think it will be Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, or Leo. I think it's a fixed sign because fixed signs are more to be like, you're wrong, that's it.
Yes,
So
yes.
I think
Like
if I
accept it, like admit it and stop it. Like cut it out. you know.
so I think your midheaven, if I had to guess, is a fixed sign
Yeah, cause
based
but
on
I'll
this
be
thing.
but let me be clear. I be wanting them to come to the realization that they're
Hmm.
not there, that they are wrong themselves. So I will for a few moments until I get annoyed, I will be like trying to lead them to see where they have went wrong. Like
Hmm.
you're wrong. Look, this is where it went wrong. And then they be like, no, and I'm like, look, blah 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 blah. You did it. There.
Yeah, I think, like I said, that has to do with your midheaven. So I think your midheaven is in a fixed sign, if I had to guess. And also, I think it's also because your Mercury is in Scorpio. So, like I said, they could be loving, but when they see something, they'll say it. They'll be like, no. They'll be like, that's it. Like, I think
Yes.
that's why. So, that has to do with your Mercury as well. So, there's
I can't
also the
help that.
smaller planets. Like I said,
Hmm.
the smaller planets don't really have to do with you, but have to do with you. So, for
Hmm.
example, it's either there's Jupiter, for example, though. Jupiter is basically beliefs that you believe. So either
Hmm.
things that you believe or people try to push on you, people in your life that you know that try to push on
Hmm.
you.
Hmm.
So let's see. Your Jupiter is in the sign of Aquarius. So since it's in the sign of Aquarius, Aquarius believes in like knowing the truth, trying to show the truth and stuff.
Hmm.
And I feel like that's something you are based on what you're telling me. Like you like to know the truth and you want people to know.
I hate a liar. I hate it. I hate it.
Mhm.
I'd rather you just not tell, don't say anything about it. If you feel you got to lie, and another thing, I hate sneaky liars who feel like omission is not lying. That is lying. When you
Mhm.
leave something out of the story, it's
Yeah.
misleading. So therefore untruthful, therefore lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do I have to point this out to you? You know it. You knew it before you started. Like, don't do it. I cannot stand no liar. Because if I have some, I would rather not say it. Like if I think it's gonna hurt your feelings or whatsoever, I'm not gonna lie to you about it.
Mhm.
But I don't want to hurt your feelings, so I won't say anything. You know what I'm saying? So
I l-
I'm cracking up because you is calling me out, and it's so funny.
and
And I
again,
freaking love it. I love it. I've
but
always loved. I've loved this kind of stuff
but
forever.
like I said, like it's so interesting, like because like you said at first, you were like, oh, I don't feel like a Scorpio, but as we look into like different details, it
Hmm.
shows so many things about you that you didn't know. Like I said,
Hmm.
I didn't believe in these things before, but like when I got to high school and I found out about this, I'm like, wow, this makes so much sense. And I started like learning more and more. I started even going to my friends and I'm like, do you know what time you were born? And they're like, what? I'm like, I just want to know your chart because like we get along so well. I want to know what makes us get along so easily.
Yes, yes, that part, that part. That's what brought me into astrology when I was very young. I just wanted to know why some people got, for me, it was, I wanted to know why people didn't get along. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I'm like, why do I not get along with this person? No matter how I try, I really try. I really, really try. It's like it feels like a Herculean effort. You know what I'm saying? To get
Oh.
along, because like at first I thought I really could not get along with Aquarius. I could not
Mm-hmm.
get along with Aquarius, nor could I trust Aquarius because my mom is an Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of projected the relationship that we had onto every other Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? So when I realized I was doing that, I had to really look further into it. Like at first I thought it was like nature versus nurture, which it does have an impact, of course, on any being of any sign.
Mm-hmm.
But just understanding that these planets really, when they are in alignment with us and they are emitting gases, they actually come down and affect us down here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like when you get to understand that, and I've always believed that, and I would try to talk to people about the signs and stuff. That ain't real. This, that, and the other. But see, now you see people is starting to pay attention because they're wondering the same things that you and I were wondering. Why don't
Mm-hmm.
we get along? Why can't we get along? Why can't I change my behavior? Like that's one thing about it's so hard for me to change like a habit that I feel that I have, such as procrastination. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I procrastinate so badly, you know what I'm saying? And to my detriment. I feel like, but it's just like, it feels like fighting against my own nature, you know? So I don't, and when I use now, I know that it's a gift to be super emotional. But I used to get such a rag for being emotional. Oh, stop it! You're so emotional. It's not that serious. It's not this. It's not that. But in the big scheme of things, it really is that
Mm-hmm.
serious. You know what I'm saying? And now looking at the state that we're in, I was right. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really. I never used to like to say that. I was right because it was like you can't when you're raised Christian, you know, and with certain values, you're kind of taught not to toot your own horn type of thing. You're
Mm-hmm.
kind of not, you know what I'm saying? And that is not honoring yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that was the first time I was able to say that and not feel a twinge like someone around me is rolling their eyes, like, okay, here she goes again, Miss Know It All. You know what I'm saying? I just
Right.
get this vibe sometimes when I'm telling people stuff, and they're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like receiving my information with even if they haven't rolled their eyes, I can sense that they're rolling their eyes. Does that make sense?
Yeah. There's
And then I want to stop talking, but something inside me be like, no, keep talking, keep talking. And then I'm just like fighting with myself to shut the hell up.
there's nothing wrong with like I said, you have Scorpio and Sagittarius placements, but there's nothing wrong with being sensitive or emotional or anything like that. There's nothing wrong with that. And I feel like I don't know, it gets me upset when people try to tell people don't be like this because it's hard, like there's nothing wrong with it, in my opinion.
Yes.
And what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Sorry, I need a moment.
That's okay. Listen, that happens to
Okay.
me all the time, and I will just ride it out. Like I will look up into the sky, like, and I'm like, oh, son,
Now I
listen.
remember. Okay, what was it? It left for a minute again. Okay, now I got it. Okay. So like I agree with you. Like the thing that you said about your mom and about her being a Gemini,
No,
um
Aquarius.
I used I personally used to be like, oh, I get along with a lot of like air signs, and why do I get along with water signs? I should be getting along with more air signs because I'm a Leo, because they say that air signs go well with fire signs. So
Mhm,
back then I was like, that doesn't make sense. And then as
mhm.
I did more research, I have zero air in me except for my midheaven. I have no air in my chart, which makes sense now.
Right, right,
That's why I don't get along with air signs because I have zero air, and I get along
right,
more with earth signs and water signs because I have water. I have everything except for that, except for air.
right.
So it makes so much sense.
Yes. And I feel like I try to. I don't know if this. I want to say. I don't know if there's any sign that was difficult to get along with it, but I find like there are certain signs that I feel like they are threatened by my energy, and they just naturally feel like they're in competition with me, like, but I don't know it. I it's not like that I don't know it, I feel it, but I try to demonstrate that we are not in a competition, that we
Right.
are friends, that we are colleagues, that anything that I can express that to show that we are equals, I try that. And sometimes it's just like within a person's self, they just, you know what I'm saying? They reject me on the premise that, I don't know, it's like out of jealousy sometimes, and I'm going to admit that they're jealous, and I'm like, that is one of the feelings that I've experienced from others that that really first hurts my feelings. Okay, and I don't think people know that. They don't know that. You know what I'm saying? And I know they don't know that. So I try not to take it personal because I know that's something within them, not me. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But my initial response to when I feel jealousy is like sadness. It hurts my feelings. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm angry. You know what I'm saying? Because look, you have your own gifts. You have, if you would spend as much time nurturing your own gifts and loving on yourself as you do hating me and competing with the gifts that God gave me, you know what I'm saying, and ignoring your own gifts, then you will be more happy. You know what I'm saying? So I get
Yeah.
very upset now. Before I used to get, I would get sad. My feelings would get hurt, and I would just like, okay, well, maybe if I turn this light down, because I would always feel my emotions. I would get the picture of a tidal wave. You know what I'm saying? Bigger than myself. So I could understand why some people, it was hard for them to be like around me because I'm a lot. I am a lot. You know what I'm saying? And when I say I'm a lot, it's just like my energy. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot. Like even my husband, I had to like temper it. You know, he's a strong man. He's Taurus. They can hold a lot on their shoulders. They really can. You know what I'm saying? You know, he offers me the stability that I really need. You know, as a Scorpio, a quintessential Scorpio. I knew it. I knew because he can take it. You know what I'm saying? Even sometimes I remember getting the picture of him in my mind of him holding a coat together on a windy day and just like going against the wind and just, but he won't stop. It's blowing the hell out of him and his coat is blowing off and his hat. He has to hold his hat down and he has to close his coat, but he will not stop going against this wind. He won't. And I can see the determination in this glimpse that I got of him. And I'm just like, this man really loves me. It's like I he can take it, you know, and just knowing that I have to try to just turn it down, temper it sometime. Like just because he can take it doesn't mean you're gonna batter his coat off him. I had to draw that when I had to draw it back, you know, because I'm just like I just love so hard. I'm just not a one way kind of gal. You know what I'm saying? It's like either I like you or I do not
Mhm.
like you. There is no in between for me. I'm all in or I'm all out.
And again, that has to do with like Scorpios in general, because you have, like we said, you have triple Scorpio placements, and Scorpios are very loyal though. That's the lovely thing. That's probably why I love Scorpios a lot. But Scorpios are known to be loyal, but once
Mhm.
like they feel hurt or they feel like betrayed, they're like, that's it, I'm done. And that's
Yes,
what I love
yes,
about fixed signs a lot. So, and your
yes, yes.
mhm. As for your
Continue.
husband, I think your husband
Mhm.
has a lot of earth in him based on what you're telling me. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Huh?
Were you gonna say something or
No, I was
no?
listening
Oh,
to you.
wait.
I was like, yeah, you're
Oh,
absolutely
okay.
right. You're absolutely right. So I was listening to you.
Sorry about that. My internet was acting up for a minute.
It's okay.
Okay, so let me see. Then we have Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So
Mm.
Neptune basically, what was it? Sorry. Neptune
That's
basically
okay.
represents like how you deal with things.
Hmm.
Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. Okay.
It's all right. I
Oh
love
my god,
it.
I almost fell.
I love it. We love the authenticity. We love it.
I'm just yeah, because I don't want to lie about how I'm feeling. I'm not gonna lie and act like I know everything. Sometimes I forget
That's
things.
that
That's
is
why,
wonderful. That is
you know?
wonderful. That's
So
wonderful. Yes.
I
Yes.
don't remember, like, sometimes I have to look back and be like, wait, what does this mean again? Okay, so Uranus represents like the biggest achievement within yourself or your generation. So, like I said before,
Mhm.
the smaller planets that we're looking at now either represent you or don't. They represent something bigger, like your generation. So Uranus
Mm.
represents like the biggest achievement within that. So your Uranus is within Libra.
Mhm.
So since it's in the sign of Libra, it represents like wanting like things to work out, wanting things to be beautiful at the ending of the day and to be
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
So that's what it means. So either I feel like that connects to you, and if not,
Mhm.
that it connects with your
It does.
generation, or maybe both, you know?
It does. I want everything to be beautiful. I want everyone to be happy. My husband says everyone cannot. Like, he tries to save me from my disappointment. He tries.
Mhm.
But I had to tell him, don't do it because I'm a dreamer. I have to. You know what I'm saying? He's a protector, so he just instinctively just tries to save me from myself. Like, I don't want you to get too excited. I don't want you to, you know what I'm saying? So he tries to save me from myself, but I really just want everything to be beautiful, and I cannot give up hope that it is going to be for everyone, not just me. Like, how could I? It's like having a big steak dinner, right? And or whatever you like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like a smorgasbord, and I'm about to dig in, and then I just look to my left, and there's like homeless people everywhere. Everyone's hungry. How in the hell would I be able to enjoy this meal in good conscience? You know what I'm saying? It just, I can't do it. And I cannot
Mhm.
see how anyone else can either. You know what I'm saying? And I get mad at them. Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Oh, it's okay. I
Go
feel the same way. I
ahead.
love look again, I love looking at like people's charts because I love to learn and stuff like that. It's so interesting to me.
Yes.
So now we're
1 second. Let me open the window. I'm
yeah,
about to combust over here.
okay.
Oh, it's such a beautiful day today. Yes. It really is. No, because it's been really cloudy in New York City. It's been really, really cloudy. So
Oh
for
my
it to
god,
be
yeah,
such
that's
a
true.
beautiful day today, I am happy and I'm here for it because it's been snowing, but the sun is shining.
I'm in New York
Continue,
as
my
well,
love.
actually. I'm in New York as well. Yeah, it's been like very snowy lately over here.
Mhm.
It's just
Yes.
it's just too much.
Yes.
Um, oh, I saw one question that asked if Taurus is Earth. Taurus is an Earth sign. If you want, I
Mhm.
could go quickly through the signs and what what is it? What
Absolutely.
element?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
So we have fire signs, and fire signs are Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius.
Mhm.
Then we have Earth. Earth is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And we also have water. Water is Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. And then we have air. Air is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra.
Okay. Okay. Various air, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And you know my best friends. Well, she was my she was my best friend. I mean, we're still we're still very like close in the way that if I call her today, it would be just like we've been talking every day. Does that make sense? You
Yeah,
know,
wait, what
so
sign is she? You cut off for a second. I'm sorry.
she's a Libra.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yes, but we kind of just like we kind of grew. I don't want to say grew apart. I just feel like life got in the way, you know, like it
Mhm.
does sometimes, and we're just on our own path right now. But me and her is just like it's effortless. We laugh for no damn reason. Like she gets on the phone, and as soon as she says something, it's like I could feel like the expression on her face. And I start laughing. She starts laughing, and then we spend like 5 minutes laughing for no damn reason at all. And I just love it. I've never had someone give me that energy. It's just Libra, yeah. Gemini, my first was a Gemini, and he was
Mhm.
very like they're so aloof, and you know because
Mhm.
I'm Scorpio, 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 I need a love I could feel.
Oh
So
my
they're
God.
a little bit aloof for me. Yeah. What was the other air?
Aquarius, Libra,
Aquarius, yeah. See,
Aquarius, okay.
Aquarius, like, I'm very like around Aquarius. I'm very cautious,
Mhm.
very cautious. You know.
And like I said, it
So,
depends on your planets. Like I'm looking at your planets, like if I had to look at your big six, you have no air in your big six.
mhm.
Maybe you're rising, but that's about it. And it happens like me, my big six has no air. So I don't really get along with air either. Like I do have air friend signs though. Like I do have two friends in my life that are Geminis,
Mhm.
but that's probably because they might have placements in their chart that has earth, fire, water, and maybe that's why I get along with them. Like
Mm.
I have a friend that's a Pisces, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And then I look at their moon sign's Leo. I'm like, okay, now I now I see why. Because when your signs go against, not against each other, but like when they're the opposite of each other. So since my friend has a Leo moon and I have a Leo sun, we get along because of that.
See, and you know, and the funny thing is, right,
Mhm.
with me in Aquarius, we have an intellectual meeting of the minds. You know what I'm saying? It is very extraordinary, you know, but like I don't know, it's just like a disconnect sometimes because they kind of get I don't know if it's a tunnel vision or what because they're so far ahead of themselves like uh they're kind of like ahead of their time. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mhm.
like an Aquarius will show up with a cell phone when we still had rotary phones, and they're like, "What the hell? Like, where'd you get that from?" And then they want to explain it to you, and you couldn't possibly get the concept. You know what I'm saying? It's like let's start over here in baby steps. So they're just like so far ahead. It's like so we can get really like great expansive conversations with them, but I don't know. I just it's just the trust level. You know, loyalty with me is something. You know what I'm saying? And if you do something that I deem as disloyal, I don't know. I don't know. I'm
Also,
just listening to my instincts so much, and and with Gemini, they just aloof. They're you don't know with them. It's like you don't know. Do
mhm,
I you love me? Do you not love me? How come you didn't call? Like, where'd you go? I thought we were here together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just walked off. You didn't say anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I can't really figure them out, and and because I'm fixed. I just need that stability kind of like in my relationships. And if I do have like a Gemini in my circle or whatsoever, I really don't put that reliability factor on them. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much of that nomad kind of like wanderer looking for the next more interesting thing. You know what I'm saying? Kind of energy.
and like I said, again, it depends on what people have in their chart. It's different. Like, I don't want any Geminis or any air signs in general to feel bad about themselves in any way. Again,
No,
you can have,
oh my God, Geminis are amazing. Listen, I'm
yeah,
not
they
saying
are.
this, I'm just saying why, because these are things that I wonder
Hmm.
why Geminis, they just do not like to be nailed down. And it was just like I just know that we are not a good match as far as like intimately because they do not nailed down very well. You know what I'm saying? They don't nail
Right,
down very well. And another thing, because Gemini is twins, they are the sign of the twins. You're dealing with two personalities, you know what I'm saying? And the funny thing about that, one twin may like you and the other one may not. So, you know what I'm saying? So
right,
that is an issue as well. So like, but they are amazing people, and um just their kind of laid back energy, you know what I'm saying, really draws people in. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So like I don't want the Geminis to, feel any way. I think all signs are amazing.
Hmm.
Okay. So please, I don't want any Geminis to feel bad about yourself. Please don't do that. Don't do that. Just like I'm just pulling out things from my experience and just wanting to understand. That's it.
That exactly. And like you said, every sign is beautiful, and every signs are beautiful in different ways, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
something that Aquarius, maybe I'm not close with Aquariuses like this, but I do love them in a sense.
Yes,
I find a lot of interest in their signs because
yes,
Aquarius are known to like be good with technology and stuff like that, and I love that. Maybe because I'm
yes,
their opposite, because I'm a Leo. Maybe because they're my sister sign. But I love
yes.
that they're into technology. I find that so interesting. They tend to be good with technology, and I love that about them. I tend to love that.
Yes, they
And I
can
find
tech
it like
speak
so
about
interesting.
everything.
And they're very Aquariuses are very smart as well. So I think
Yes,
that's another reason why I find them so interesting. Air signs in general are like very smart people. They
yes,
know a lot of things. Um,
absolutely.
Same thing with Gemini. Gemini, they
Oh my
have
God.
it's great how they're able to like deal with different people. Because think about it, they know how to like deal with good people, bad people, and that's a
Yes,
great thing about Gemini.
yes,
That's a beautiful thing. And
yes.
like I said, if
I
you
think
don't feel
because they don't internalize it. I think they don't internalize people's. They do not uh, internalize your garbage. They do not.
Mhm.
Okay, they will, they will stand by you. You know what I'm saying? But they're not gonna help you with your garbage. That's your garbage. Like you made it. Come
Yeah.
on, son. You gotta clean it up. They're not gonna, and they're gonna tell you, come on, you made it. Like what? How can you get mad at me because I don't want to help you? That's your garbage. You know, and they do not care. So
That's a
I
beautiful
do like
thing.
that. I like that boundary kind of thing with them because that was hard for me. Boundaries,
Right.
setting boundaries. I'm such a pleaser. I was such a pleaser. So that's good thing. I admire that about them as well. The air signs, they're very firm.
Yeah. I want to be like that as and something I see other Leos have that I wish I have, I need to work on it more. It comes with like a lot of work. but a lot of Leos are confident. I'm working on that for myself
Yeah.
because, but confidence comes from building that up. So I'm
Well,
trying to build
well,
that
you
up.
need to decide. You need to listen. Confidence comes from you understanding that no matter where you are on the spectrum of this life, that you have value. You understand? You have value, and we all have equal values in the eyes of the source creator. Now, what value you put on material things and things of that nature, that's on you. In addition to that, um, shallow things. Because we are coming into new earth, it's all about your emotional intelligence. As I was telling my husband, I can't remember who else I was having this conversation with, but it's all about emotional intelligence. You understand? And everything about emotional intelligence is beautiful. Love is the highest vibration of the universe. What could be more beautiful than that? And these things that you're doing for people, reading their charts and helping them understand themselves and their relationships with others, there is love in that. And that is beautiful. And you have to have confidence in that. It doesn't even take time. You can do it anytime you want. You have the power, and you have to understand that you are a sovereign, divine being. You're looking up at those stars. Remember, that's where we come from. It's awesome out there. That's where we come from. So we're just down here being awesome. We can't shine as bright because, people go blind. We don't want that. But inside, we have to always carry our own torch for ourselves, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Everything about ourselves we have to embrace, we have to love, we have to cherish because it is us. It is us. So you have that confidence. You're doing beautiful work. I'm enjoying my reading, and you have more to come because I have a whole light family that is in line. They're in line behind me. you know, and you're gonna have more people gravitate towards you because in this time where you go to school, it's like it's cookie cutter information that is
Mhm.
not that's mostly general, right?
Right.
That is
Mhm.
general. But when you come to astrology, you know that is individualized care. You understand? That's
Right.
individualized. People take interest in themselves and they want to figure out themselves. They want to figure out why I can't stop doing this. Why can't I do this? Why do I do this? Why they want to understand themselves so that they can have a better and more fuller lives. So this what you're doing, be confident because it is badass. Okay? Yeah, I cuss.
Thank you. I'm fine with
I
that.
realized that my guides cussed the other day, right? So I'm in meditation. Real funny. I'm doing meditation, and the instructor, the mentor of the boot camp, she goes, well, ask the question, while you're meditating, and the universe will give you the answer. So as I'm meditating, and because I didn't want, I thought that I didn't want. So I say to the universe, this is my question. And
Mhm.
they say, well, yeah, go ahead. And I'm like, but I didn't like it over there. It's like jealous energy. I don't like that stuff. That stuff gets on my nerves. I don't like it, because it's not me. It's not. I'm not a like a person that is conceited or something like that. So basically, I used to say, I don't have shit to be jealous of. Like, what is their problem? That's what I used to say. Like, what the fuck? I don't got nothing. So
Right.
anyway, my guys were like, so what? You know what I'm saying? And they cursed. They freaking cursed. They was like that I don't give a his ass. F his ass. That's what they said. And I was like, okay, F him. I'll go. I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I keep getting just winks from the universe like they want me to do something.
Oh my God. That's so
Oh, it's so freaking funny. So,
it is.
so my life family, they are gonna be standing in line, and I'm just gonna need your schedule again.
Yeah.
So that you can, you know what I'm saying, so that we can know when we can have access to you because well, our channel is down now, but it'll be back up in a few days. And we're just adding some wonderful and beautiful people to the roster.
That's
And we would just
awesome.
love to have you. We really
Thank
would love
you.
to
That
have
means a
you.
lot.
Yes, yes. No, thank you for sharing your life with us,
Thank
and
you.
um, so you will be coming back. We do before that we do Zooms and stuff like that. So my light family is gonna be asked. They're gonna want you to do theirs too, and very
Of course.
soon. Okay. So I have all of your information, and what you can do is like on the email that I sent you. You can just email me your phone number, and then I'll email you back my phone number. So when you get a call from me, you'll know that it's me, and then
Okay.
I will talk to my nephew about adding you to the Soul Family channel. You know what I'm saying? The roster when it's coming up, so that you can have your own little segment,
Thank you.
and it would be just wonderful to have you. We want to encourage all of our light family, that is being awakened to their gifts. So, and we want to encourage all of our light family to recognize how wonderful and beautiful that they are right now, and to understand that they're going to be even more beautiful, more amazing, more awesome. So they need to just get used to the idea of being the kitty cats meow. I love it. I love it. I freaking love it.
Thank
So
you. All
thank
right.
you for coming in, darling.
Thank
So,
you.
everyone, I thank you so much for joining me and the Young Star Charter.
Thank you
Okay.
so much to you, and not only you, but thank you to everyone being here today. It means a lot to me as somebody just starting myself. If you or anyone is interested in contacting me or anything, I have an
Oh,
Instagram, which
yes.
is the same as my username. I don't know if it shows up on the screen, but it says
It's
Astro
her
Situational Reader.
Instagram is in the description. Her I believe I just like is it could you tell me what was it again?
Yeah,
Uh
it's my Instagram is Astro Situational Reader,
yes,
and I
yes. It's down in the comments, guys. I did like what did I do? I because listen, I'm so freaking proud of myself. I'm like a technical infant, okay? So if it wasn't for my nephew, I would be lost in the sauce, okay? Um I put your link. I went on your Instagram. I copied your link, and then I put it down in the description below so people can get your information. Oh yes, good. Yes, it's right there on the screen. I love that. Okay, yes. So I put her information down in the description box, guys. So please, uh, let them know what they can do.
just contact me if you're interested in the reading, or I have something up on my Instagram right now. If you just want like a simple question and that's it, you could put it in the box and I'll answer the question anytime, and that's about it. Or you could, if you want like a full general reading, you could DM me and I'll let you know.
Perfect. That is perfect. I want to
And
thank everyone. I'm sorry. Go ahead, darling.
no, and yeah, that and one other thing I want people to know is that this is a tropical reading. There's also sidereal reading. There's just so many different types of astrology, and it's so interesting. Sidereal is like a different type of reading from. It's just a lot of information. I
Listen. Well, you got my birthday. Get ready to come on back.
thank
I guess I can have you back the same bad time, same bad channel next weekend, and you can do my other readings. And in addition to that, I may put a card for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much
You
for
know,
everything. So,
no problem. Thank you so much for coming. And I hope to
thank
see
you.
you again next week with all of you guys. Of course, please, everyone, her information is in the description. Please contact her if you'd like your own reading. I am inviting this young lady to come and be a part of the Soul Family channel. So, this is not the last time you will be seeing her. We're going to be having a lot of amazing and exciting content coming, and it's all going to be coming from a healing place, and of course from the fifth dimension. Well, I am so happy that everyone was here to experience such a lovely show and have such beautiful information be shared with us. We are so excited, and this is just the first of many. Please join us next week. And we're going to have something before that, but we'll just keep you in the works. I'll advertise it if anything
Mhm.
comes up before then, but we're going to be talking behind the scenes, and we're going to be creating a whole bunch of amazing content that is going to really help people and change lives. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope you guys stay tuned and ride this bad boy all the way to the wheels come off. You understand what I'm saying? And thank you so much for being here
Thank you
when
for
you could
inviting.
be anywhere else. Namaste.
Bye. Have a good
Bye.
weekend, everyone.
You too, darling. Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't forget to give me your phone number inside of the chat, okay? I mean,
Okay.
inside of the email, so that I
Okay.
can
Okay.
contact you. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.